Welcome to The Explainer. So, today we're diving into WHT Global's massive plan to build the future of AI. But here's the kicker, they're doing it all sustainably. And the investment behind it, it's huge. Okay, let's just get right to it. The number you need to know is this: $8 billion. And look, that's not just some random figure. It's a massive statement about where AI infrastructure is headed. So, you've got to ask, right? Where is all that cash going? Well, the mission behind it is huge. They're literally building the foundations of our digital future. And we're not talking about software or code here. We're talking about the real physical stuff, the data centers, the power plants, everything that this new generation of AI is going to rely on. And this image, this really nails the whole vision. See, it's not just about throwing up a bunch of giant data centers. It's about powering them with their own renewable energy, making it one big, self-contained, sustainable system. That's the whole idea behind hyperscale compute, doing this on a mind-boggling scale, but making it super efficient right from the start. All right, let's get into the weeds of this $8 billion roadmap. What's the big picture? What's the vision? Okay, so take a look at this. The $8 billion is going directly into green, AI-ready data centers. But what's really wild is the timeline. We're not talking about next year. They're targeting full capacity by 2035. This is a long game, a decade-plus plan to build the absolute bedrock for AI to function at a scale we've never seen before. So a vision this big needs a seriously smart plan, right? How in the world are they actually going to pull this off? Let's dive into their sustainable blueprint. And here it is. This is the heart of the whole operation, the integrated sustainability model. You can kind of think of it like a pyramid. Each layer has to be solid for the next one to work. It's all about delivering green, super reliable AI compute power with zero compromises. So check out how this works. It all starts at the bottom. They generate their own 100% renewable energy right there on site. Then the next step is making sure that power is totally dependable. We're talking 99.999% uptime. That's what 5 nines means, and it's basically as reliable as it gets. Only once you have that solid foundation can you put the cherry on top, the massive AI compute power. You know, those giant clusters of GPUs. You take one pillar away, and the whole thing falls apart. Okay, so you've got the power, you've got the reliability. What's next? Let's go inside these AI factories and see the crazy tech they're packing. I mean, look at this. It looks like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's totally real. This is immersion cooling. The thing is, these new AI chips are so powerful and packed so tightly together that they generate an insane amount of heat. Just blowing air on them doesn't cut it anymore. It would just slow everything down. So this tech, it's not just cool, it's absolutely critical to get these things to run at full speed. And it's about way more than just cooling. The whole setup is designed to be future-proof. It can handle the GPUs we have today, plus whatever custom AI chips are coming down the pike. And it's all modular, which means they can just keep adding more as AI gets more popular. All those inference workloads, that's just a fancy way of saying all the work an AI does when you ask it to do something, are only going to get bigger. Now, an investment this big, it's never just about one company. It creates ripples. So let's talk about the why, this huge economic multiplier effect. And this is where the numbers get even crazier. That initial $8 billion, that's just the start. It's expected to kickstart another $12 billion across the entire supply chain. You add that up, and you're looking at a $20 billion total economic impact. That's massive. So where does that extra $12 billion come from? It's from building an entire AI ecosystem right here at home that can stand on its own 2 feet. We're talking everything from advanced manufacturing to make the gear, to sovereign cloud services, that means the cloud stays within the country's borders, all the way to a booming AI software industry. It's the whole shebang, from silicon to software. And this all leads to a much bigger idea, a really strategic one. You see, this isn't just about money or tech. It's about building a sovereign future. And that takes 2 key ingredients, the technology and, just as important, the people. So let's nail down this term, sovereign AI. What does it actually mean? Well, it's the idea that a country's AI infrastructure is a core strategic asset. Think of it like the power grid or the highway system. You need to have control over it, right? It's seen as absolutely essential for national independence in this day and age. And getting to that point, it's not enough to just build the shiny factories and the massive data hubs. You have to develop the human talent, the experts who can actually design, build, and run this unbelievably complex technology. You can't have one without the other. And this is exactly where the people part of the equation comes in. The plan actually includes creating specialized training programs to build up these skills. We're talking about creating a new generation of experts in things like liquid cooling, remember that sci-fi looking stuff, power systems, and fine-tuning the hardware that makes all this AI magic happen. So, when you boil it all down, this whole massive project really comes down to three key ideas. It's sustainable because it runs on 100% green energy. It's sovereign because it keeps critical infrastructure under domestic control. And it's scalable because it's not just built for today, it's built for whatever AI throws at us tomorrow. And that really leaves us with a big question to chew on. What we're looking at here is more than just a bunch of data centers and wind turbines. You could argue it's a blueprint for a whole new kind of industrial revolution. So the question for all of us is, what does it really mean for a nation to stake its future on a foundation of sovereign, sustainable AI?